and let's talk about people that have passed because of these surgeries.
Yeah.
But all I want to say is, if something does happen to me in my casket, I want you to highlight the surgery I got done. So if I go get my stomach done,
put you in a crop top. You want a crop top?
Go ahead. Have somebody come pierce my belly button. Okay. I want low rise. Let me get some Fenty panties. Fenty panties. I want it all. Like, I want to show it out. As a matter of fact, turn me over, face down, put me some waist beads on, give me a tramp stamp that say Mona Lisa, okay? And then I want some customized thongs.
Oh, Lord.
That spell out, like, savage or sassy mouth or something. Like, display it.
I'm Shannon.
And I'm Lisa.
And KK's here too. And you're listening to Blacktivities,
a celebration of all things Black.
Black culture, Black history,
Black perspectives, and Black panache.
Celebrating our Blackness doesn't mean exclusion.
Everybody's invited, but you gotta come in and have a seat.
So let the Blacktivities begin. Hey y'all, it is season 6 and we are back.
Yes.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Shannon, and we got Mona Lisa in the building. You're not going to speak?
No, she's just sitting there looking like Miss University. I am that one.
She is. We also got Karen, AKK. Oh, AK. Too many Ks. Karen, aka KK, here as well.
What's up, y'all?
Shout out to the day ones, and welcome to those who picked us up in the off season, because we did have a few people pick us up in the off season. Thanks to all the folks who've been giving us those great reviews on Apple Podcasts. We do post them on our IG. We're at Blacktivities Pod, and I'm just gonna say it, y'all. Like, I forgot about my nails. So as I'm talking, like, my nails look horrendous. Can y'all see that? I got like half a nail.
Well,
y'all can't see that.
Pointed it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I got mine done yesterday, so
folks gonna be talking about me on YouTube when they see my hands. So I'm just gonna have to take that L.
But anyway, nothing. Shannon, they nobody even notice.
I just want to say it before the comments come, because, people be picking out the most random stuff and just like, I don't like, somebody said one time they don't like the way my lips look. So
they'll get over it.
I'm just going to call it out now. My nails look terrible. All right.
What was we at when this happened?
Oh, it was something on a short that I posted.
Yeah, that's dumb as hell.
But anyway, I know it's February and, some of y'all have already veered from those New Year's resolutions that y'all made. But today we're going to be talking about things that we as a community need to leave in 2024. And I don't know about y'all, but for me personally, like 2024 was trash. How was y'all's 2024?
It wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. And when it comes to politics, it was interesting. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that, period.
So my 2024 was one of the most trying years I have ever had. And it is actually bleeding into 2025. And I'm hoping and praying that stops. Yeah.
Yeah, 2023 was bad for me. And I'm like, 2024, it has to get better, right? It can't get worse, but no, it can. And it did. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that 2025 brings something different, but I'm not, I don't know. I just don't know what it's going to look like. We're going to find out.
One step at a time.
We hope and we pray, and we pray and we pray. That's all we can do.
All
Yeah.
we can do.
And keep it moving.
Hear
Yep.
my cry, Lord.
Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna need Jesus on the main line this year.
Especially.
So before we get into the big facts, we have to talk about our sponsor, Hope Inc., which stands for Helping Other People Be Empowered. We talk about breaking generational curses all the time on this show. And Hope is helping single parents to do that. They provide single parents who are trying to get their degree with ongoing assistance for childcare, rent, budget coaching, life skill training, and they even provide counseling services so that these single women and men can grow and thrive and better themselves for the next generation and generations to come. Hope's founder, Kenita Smith, started the organization because she was a single mother and she was trying to get her degree, but she could not get the help that she needed to better herself and her sons. Hope provides that ongoing support, like all throughout college, while these people are trying to get their degree. I interviewed her on my first podcast that was called You Talk, I'll Listen. And so I'll drop a link to that in the show notes if you want to know more about her story and her organization. And also, if you want more information about how you can become either a Hope participant or support these single mothers, visit their website. It's hopbe.org. The link will also be posted in the show notes.
I wish I had known something about that like years ago.
Yeah.
Like that is very, very, very big. Very big.
It
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm. Especially
That
the
is
part when you talk about the financial literacy, like budgeting and all that.
Yep.
Like, how often do you hear about someone that's willing to assist and guide, you know? So that's big.
Right.
That is amazing.
Working on the whole person,
Right.
not just financial assistance. That's a big part of it, but it's only a piece of it.
Right.
I love it. And that's a great type of organization. And I don't know, what y'all do here, but I know Human Services here partners with a lot of external organizations. And that sounds like a great concept because there were women who were calling saying, I want to finish my degree. I want to do this. And the social workers were like, well, we're not here to help you get through school.
Right.
We're here for this, but that doesn't mean that they can't refer out and partner with an organization like this. I love that they are inclusive and just have single parents overall. And I love the counseling aspect because we need to see more of that in our community.
Definitely.
Love it.
Absolutely. Well, let's get started with the big facts. Today's big fact comes from a Forbes article about how Black culture shaped Google's 2024 year in search. So all these facts have to do with what was trending on Google this past year. The first one was Kamala Harris. She was the second most searched person in 2024 on Google. Obviously, the election was a huge thing. Don't want to get into it too much here because we're going to talk about it in another episode.
Yeah.
Usher was 2024's number one ranked artist.
Let's go,
His
chat.
Super Bowl-
Represent. Y'all put that out there. Hometown.
His
Okay.
Super Bowl halftime show was ranked 6th in the performance category. Of course, he had like a huge tour and a Pop in Vegas residency.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of videos went viral from that. This one's not surprising either. Cat Williams was the number one ranked actor globally. I think his interview on Club Shay Shay was like the spark because his interview was like everywhere and everybody was talking about it. And then it really catapulted Shannon Sharp's show as well. Mike Tyson was the number one athlete and Simone Biles was number 3. For Mike, he just had a great year. He has a cannabis brand and he has a podcast, and people were talking about the fight that he had with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
That was trash. But kudos to him for getting out there and
Getting that
proving to
bag.
himself, that he could train and fight at his age and getting that bag. Yes. For Simone, it was about her big comeback because, she took that break, the mental health break. And if anybody deserves to be called the GOAT, that woman deserves it. She is in the dictionary under Black Girl Magic because she does stuff that nobody else can do. So they don't even know what to do with her in that sport. And she won 5 gold medals at the Paris Olympics in 2024. So that's how she got to number 3. Of course, Kai Cenat killed it in 2024. And I think everybody knows that. They mentioned his viral phrase, "Give me my money," that everybody is going around saying. And he kind of took his platform to another level. They also mentioned some big losses that we had in 2024 that were trending topics. So O.J. Simpson passed away. And they talked about that sparking those conversations about race, celebrity culture, and justice. And also James Earl Jones died. Mm-hmm. So his voice was crazy, like one of a kind for sure.
Absolutely.
Rich Homie Quan is another one that passed away in 2024. And that one caught us off guard.
Mm-hmm. And for the culture, I just want to add Frankie Beverly. That was a one of a kind singing voice. That man, classic after classic.
So I don't know the words.
Yes.
Hey, let me tell you how outrageous my parents are. My mom, my stepmom, and my dad went and got Frankie Beverly dog tags made that they wear. They like silver. So every family event they have them on, and I'll just be like, was it that serious? But I guess so.
It's that serious.
Listen, but we know
legendary.
Yes. So
it's that serious.
Yeah,
I was at a white party tribute. It's that serious.
Yeah. So I was like, let me back. It caught me off guard. Like you say, caught us off guard. It caught me off guard. They little dog chains, silver dog chains. But I was like, okay. And it had his face on there, and it had his birth year on the back. And when the day he died, it was crazy. It was like in the heavens. So I was like, okay. Whoever made those, they went in. They really went in. But okay. I love y'all.
Well, that's my big facts.
Man, this conversation's getting good. You know what else is good? Hope Inc. is doing a lot of good. Are you a single parent in college in Metro Atlanta and you need help with rent and childcare? Hope Inc. wants to help. Visit hopbe.org to apply, and you could get up to $400 a month to help with rent and childcare so you can stay in school and get that degree. Again, that's hopbe.org. Apply today.
So, as I mentioned before, today we're talking about like what we need to not bring into this 2025. What do you guys feel like? Anybody can go first.
So I did ask a couple people, and one thing that did pop up a couple times is people are tired of hearing about, and again, I don't think this is like necessarily directed towards Black people, but just that conversation of the 50-50 and what women should do. They feel like the couple people that did bring it up, they felt like it was talked about too much. So, I mean, I guess when it comes to that, I guess. But for me personally, I am happy that we're leaving the term demure that we're leaving that behind. Because that was very irritating coming from a person that, I mean, I knew about the word, but I didn't use it like that. But to see so many people had it in their captions whenever they posted a picture of them in like fishnets and a bra, it was crazy.
The total opposite of demure.
Yes, it was totally crazy. So I'm hoping that we can lay that to rest for 2024, and let's be more ladylike and demure if we're going to use it. Yeah.
Use it
I
right.
feel like I must be old because I did not get into that whole demure thing.
I didn't either.
I don't know. I'm not trendy, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about y'all?
Yeah, so relationships in our community has been super big for me. And I would love to see the bashing on podcasts left behind. So you hit on a component when you talked about the 50-50, but the whole bashing and this pitting of Black men and women against one another, I think is strategic. And, we have an element of, I feel like it's strategic. So, but I also feel like there's this element of nostalgia that's attached to it. Oh, well, your grandmother, she did this and she was in the kitchen and she couldn't have a bank account or a credit card. She couldn't vote. She couldn't do a lot of things,
Very
right?
valid point.
So yes, she did those things and they stayed together. Yes. And we want that now. We want to stay together. However, the opposite of that, or rather the caveat to that, is that the men also built houses by hand. They built their own homes. They were providers. So she couldn't go out and necessarily do things. So he made it happen. So we can't talk about one and not the other. And so I want to leave that conversation behind. And when we think about the nostalgia of it, those men weren't on podcasts complaining about women, and the women weren't on podcasts complaining about men. They were just trying to figure it out. So I think we should leave that in 2024 and get together and see what we can build as a community. And also the other thing I would say is this notion of us not raising our kids with some form of spirituality, I believe needs to be left in 2024. We have witnessed so much tragedy and horrendous things that never came from our community. We can talk about Naziah Harris. We can talk about the 3-month-old that was raped by her father. We can talk about all of these things and really some of this that got us over, when we talk about how I got over and overcoming, a lot of that was having spiritual and moral compass within you from some spiritual base. And I'm not saying it has to be Christianity, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Christian, whether you are Buddhist, whatever you are, there needs to be something in our homes at all times, because we were once known as a spiritual people, these spiritual people. That's what we were known as. And for us to be in a society now that does not care about spirituality, and we've taken on the way of our oppressor, is really harming us as a culture, because now you're seeing some of those behaviors show up in our community that never would have before. There was no, what is it called? Parenticide or whatever it's called. We didn't have that. We didn't have some of the other things that I've mentioned happening in our community, but now it is. And I believe that that's because the moral, that compass is gone. People are saying, well, we're not going to do religion and we're not going to do church. It doesn't have to be religious and it doesn't have to be Christian church. I'm just saying, leave that we ain't doing nothing notion behind in 2024.
Dang, KK always comes with like the facts, like, baby, I got chills.
Yeah. Personally, I believe that, well, I'm a Christian, so I believe that Christ should be in people's homes. And I think that's a big factor for a lot of the downfall. I feel like almost just about everybody used to go to church. And the Black church itself was like a powerful unit. And I feel like that is not a thing anymore.
I think with
I would
me,
agree with that.
I agree with y'all, but I think with me, I probably played a part in that when it comes to my children, because I was just so much looking at, okay, this is church, but I looked at all of the drama and things that was going on that I noticed. And of course, me as a parent, and I didn't want to subject my children to that. So it's just me personally trying to introduce them to some type of religion on my own rather than us going to church every Sunday. And I think even with me right now, it's hard because there's so many, issues that do come about people in the church and things that go on and crime and tithes and how much you were supposed to pay, and is the money being used properly, and it's just so much. So I chose to not be 100% into the church, and again, that's just my personal choice. And you can do it. It can start at home. You don't necessarily have to, me personally, my opinion, you don't necessarily have to get up and go to church. You can still be a part of a church home. They have ways where you can join in on the computer, go to live, and then you can send in whatever ties that you can afford to send in, a percentage, but then go about that way. But you have to have your own personal direction at home first. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to depend on someone. So it all
I think it should start at home.
Yeah.
I think it should start at home. But I think a lot of people feel the way you do, like they get turned off by church because of the drama. But I think we also have to keep in mind that that's just evidence that we're a broken people. That's a whole other conversation.
Yes, it is. We're not going to go into that one. But I just wanted to just
Yeah.
say that, like, I mean, it doesn't, I don't want a listener to come in and feel like we're like saying, you got to have religion, you got to do this. And then they think, okay, well, I don't go to church. Maybe I'm playing into that part where I'm not contributing to, having that religion base in there. It's just everybody has their own way. That's why there's many different type of religions and all of that. But just find a way to where there's some type of religion or direction that you go into that doesn't play a part into the negativity that contributes to the way the world is now.
Can we just stay here for one second?
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, but I wouldn't necessarily use the word religion.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that I was using the term spiritual practice.
Yes. Well, okay. That makes sense. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you could be NOI, you can be a 7%er, you can be, it can be a Muslim mosque, it can be a temple,
anything.
It can be whatever, but something that aligns with morals and values that we can align ourselves with and impart into our
yes,
next
that's
generation.
exactly what. Yes, I agree with you. That's exactly what I'm trying to say too. But yes, some type of something spiritually. But yes, you said it correctly. Yes, ma'am. All right. So what else we got going on? What else do we?
Shannon wasn't finished. We just interrupted.
No,
You had a
Shay.
No, I was finished. I mean,
but what else though? What else do y'all think that we should kind of leave behind in 2024?
Okay, this one is unserious.
I'm ready.
I've been saying this
Let me sit up.
for several years.
Mm-hmm.
The lashes that are extra and the baby hair that are extra. Like,
can somebody
lashes themselves are not bad. Baby hair, if you got a little bit, I think it looks cute. But it's the ones that, like, I can see your lashes before I see your face.
Or they walk around and their eyes be red. Why? That don't look comfortable.
And the baby hair that is not just a little bit, but looks like they took this whole piece and is coming down like to your eyebrows.
Do you see the video? Have you ever
cute.
seen the video like a girl getting an install and it'd be like in a very expensive wig and they cut the baby hair, like they cut the hair, like, girl, that hair is too expensive for this human hair. If you got a 40-inch bust down of human hair, you think I'm finna cut that? No, we finna wear every strand of what that's worth or what I paid for. No.
Bigger is not better.
Right. And you is 45 years old. You ain't got no damn baby hair like that. It's baby hair. And I said it. Now what?
I have another one. And again, I'm not anti-surgery. If you want to get something that makes you feel better, I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But some of these BBLs look crazy. like the booty does not fit the body.
It's giving SpongeBob.
And you just look like this, and then your booty's like this. Like, that's not cute. It's not cute.
Mm-mm.
And y'all said it's crazy out there where you live, so
Oh yeah.
I can only imagine.
Oh yeah. It's crossing into a territory where you have to be careful, because everybody, and you got it. When I say everybody, you have men and women that choose to get this surgery. So everybody is
I've
looking
seen
the
men.
same. Yeah, everybody's looking the same.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that. Like, everybody is all plastic and looking the same. Everybody's got a BBL. Like, everybody looks like a little Barbie doll or something plastic.
And again, I'm gonna say this again. We're not saying
attractive.
anything is wrong with it. Just get a naturally shaped the way it doesn't look crazy. Like, you should not have a booty that you can sit a cup on and then your legs are toothpicks. That's not okay.
Walking around looking like an ant.
Right.
Yeah, that's not
Are
cute.
them little things off of Bad Boys? No, not Bad Boys. What's that? With the alien movie? With
Men in Black.
Men in Black. That's it. Like, come on, B. And then get mad if somebody want to say something about it. You pay for it. You gonna look like that. They see my stomach. I'm pretty sure somebody see my stomach like, yo, look at her stomach. Okay, that's how I look. I'm not finna get mad.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if some of y'all probably haven't been listening since like way back when. I think it was our first season, and we did an episode where we looked at like my genetics off 23andMe. And I know sometimes when I look in the mirror, I'm like, that 30% British and Irish is coming through in the booty. But
blessed be the fruit.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that. I can live with that.
Yes. Well. And again, we all have our things, and of course, hey, as soon as I'm able to, I told y'all before, I'm gonna get a little something done. But I want to look natural. I just want to look just natural, just a little adjustment. That's it. I'm not gonna go off in the deep end. I feel like if you get your boobs done, get your boobs done. But don't get these big ass titties that's sitting up looking like, you know, them big old pillows that you get. You know, them extra long pillows that you get.
Where you can just drop your head and take a nap.
Yeah. And them shits be hard like rocks. Like, that's not cute. Baby, them things hard. Like, no. Stop it.
I'm definitely pro surgery. So
yeah.
I agree that people need to just do research and make sure they have a aesthetic that fits them. Yeah.
There's a period where there are certain surgeries. Before you got them done, they made you do some type of counseling, or you had to go sit with the psychologist for at least 8 weeks before you got the surgery. And they don't do that anymore. They do not do that anymore. They have it now where as long as you got the money, you good.
Yeah, it's all about the money.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But long as you got the money, you're good. And I feel like they've steered away from that. And if they still had that, I think that realistically, there wouldn't be as many people that's out there like that. Because most people that get something done and then they turn around and get it done again and they get it done again and they go bigger. I feel like mentally there's something psychologically going on with them. There's that insecurity is more than what it really should be. Because, yeah, everybody got something about them to where they're like, oh, I don't like this on myself. Okay, that's normal. Understand that.
Agreed.
But when you going outrageous with it, at what point does the doctor say, no, stop? Your nose is about to cave in. You ain't gonna be able to breathe. Okay, when you got the money, I do it. But I sign this disclaimer because I told you could die. You can't breathe. So I just feel like they should go back into that, like being serious. They should police that more.
Agreed. My husband and I were talking about that. Like, would you want to get whatever done? I was like, I don't know, because I'm going to be mad in heaven if I went in to get my booty done or whatever and I died on the table. I'm going to be
with
mad
a big
in
old
heaven.
booty. You like, I finally got a booty, but I'm dead. Yeah.
Right.
You up in heaven, you can't do nothing about it.
And let's talk with people that have passed because of these surgeries.
Yeah.
But
it's
all I
sad.
want to say is if something does happen to me, in my casket, I want you to highlight the surgery I got done. So if I go get my stomach done,
Put you in a crop top. You want a crop top?
go ahead, have somebody come pierce my belly button. Okay. I want low rise. Let me get some Fenty panties. Fenty panties. I want it all. Like I want to show it out. As a matter of fact, turn me over face down, put me some waist beads on, give me a trim stamp that say Mona Lisa, okay? And then I want some customized thongs
Oh Lord.
that spell out like, savage or sassy mouth or something. Like, display it.
Well, it sounds like you need one of them funerals where you just sitting up, you just up like this. You're not even in the coffin because we can't have thought in a casket.
That's creepy though.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta just be. It's awful. That's a whole. I know we way off topic.
We way off topic.
But yeah, you just gonna have to be standing up, pose some kind of way, or sitting up or something. Just let us know what pose you want to be in.
I'll redo my will. I got y'all.
We already know the outfit and the tattoo and the belly button.
Yeah,
we know that. Just let us know it because that's creepy as all get out for sure.
Yeah, but hey, if it happens, it happens.
Oh goodness.
Oh my God.
Shut it on up thinking like, what have I got myself into, Jesus?
She started it.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Okay.
I got a lot of things on my list. Do y'all have something else?
No, I want to see what's on your list. I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm invested now. Let's go.
Yeah, we keep taking stuff off of your list and let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, I think also that we should leave Twitter X, whatever it's called, in 2024.
Yes, I never used it.
I never really used it, but I definitely don't use it now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of done with Elon. Yes, I have a Tesla. I love my Tesla.
It's
hers is if fresh, something baby. Else comes along that is electric, because I'm not doing another gas car. Like, I gotta have electric. But it doesn't have to be a Tesla.
You don't want the air fryer on wheels?
That one's ugly. But
it's a dumpster.
I'm not opposed to getting rid of the Tesla, but they have to make some improvements to the network that's not the charging network that's not Tesla.
Okay.
So once they do that, I'm done with Tesla.
Okay. What else you got?
Becoming baby mamas by choice.
Let me tell you, it is sickening to hear someone talk about being in a relationship and then they highlight where a dude, and y'all, I promise I'm not lying, a dude be like, you gonna have my baby. He asking a girl, you gonna have my baby. And she feels so special that this man is talking about building a future to where he is going to implant his seed in her. And it's like, that is so selfish. That is so selfish.
I have some thoughts.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let's go, KK.
So I don't have children, but I think a lot of times that happens. And when people get pregnant and they feel like special, it's not because of that. Sometimes, I want to say this in the most demure way possible.
Oh, shit.
But it ain't going to come out like that. Okay. Let's just keep it real. Sometimes he just want raw coochie.
Of course. And that's why I say that. That's why.
And that's all it is. It's like, I will say what I have to say because I just want to feel it raw. Yeah. And that's it. Right. And so it's not about being special. It's not about some of that. It's just, that's the objective. he ain't trying to be no father because he trying to make you get rid of it. So people need to really consider that. That's my only contribution because I'm not a parent. I cannot talk about that. I'm not a biological parent, so I can't talk about it. But I will say that a lot of times the goal is just that.
Right. And again, there are people out there that are okay with being a single parent. But I look at from my personal experience of what I see, there are so many people okay with, and I hate to say broken homes because, I have
That's
three
the right
children.
thing to say, though.
But I have three children. I am divorced by choice. I didn't decide to have any more children, and my children are by, the same man, my ex-husband. But I look at it as like there are people that are okay, i.e. Nick Canyon. I don't know his whole gist, and I really want to take the time out to research, exactly what he has going on and like what's his whole premise. But the fact that he is having children with different women, and then there was a time where he lost one child with one woman and he doubled back and got her pregnant again. Like, I understand when you want to build your legacy, but do you really want your legacy to be like that though?
No, there's something else going on there with that. But also the women are willing. It's not religion.
Doesn't make it
it's
better?
something with him.
Yeah.
It's
And I
something with
understand when
him.
he said he was sick or whatever and he wanted to have children to build his legacy, but why do you need to do it with so many different women?
But that's his issue. Like, that's an issue, but that's selfishness because there's no way that you can be there the way you need to be.
He said he do.
Many kids.
He said he do. You remember that he drops photo shoots with all the different baby mamas and stuff, especially for the holiday. He said that he's there for all his kids, though.
Yeah, but he's not. I think Dr. Cheyenne.
I'm gonna go back and watch that. Yeah, she did get on him. That's a good one, y'all. If y'all ain't checked that out.
Him and Cam Newton, because they are creating multiple broken homes. You can call it polyamory if you want to, right?
Don't get me started.
You can call it that.
Don't get me started.
But we know, for all intents and purposes, that really truly isn't what it is. These are men with power, money, and privilege. And so they exercise that. And if they said that, then I think people would be more receptive. Like, he said he got the power, money, and privilege. So ain't nothing you can do.
But there are men out there that don't have like the money, you know what I'm saying, the privilege, and they still doing stuff like this though. And women are
But they still have the power and the privilege. They still have it, even if they don't have the money. Sometimes, and there are dudes, I mean, it's the same principle that applies to these guys who work at McDonald's and call women gold diggers. Sir, ain't nobody after your $15 an hour.
First of
ain't
all,
nobody gold digging.
KK, them fries are fire. First of all, when they're hot, okay, with the cheese sauce. So,
but there is a certain amount of privilege and power that's attached to men.
That may make them feel more powerful to do that as well.
But in a situation like that, mentally there's something going on.
Yeah.
So why would you subject yourself and pop out kids for a man when other people can see mentally he has something going on? And why bring children in the world that have to go through certain things like that? That's not fair to those children, let alone yourself.
That's
People
what
don't
we're
think about
saying.
the babies. And
they're not thinking about that.
Right.
I mean, in all honesty, I mean, we've had, because, Lisa, how poets are. We get together, we have these conversations, and because poets, we think we know everything. So we get together, we have these conversations.
First of all, but go ahead. And I'm a Virgo, but go ahead.
See, and we used to get together and be like, all right, if you were a man for one day, what would you do? Or if you were a woman for one day, what would you do? And most of the men was like, I would feel my titties all day or something like that.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? And most women were like, I would just see how many women I could, because there's power and privilege and there's this, astounding number of the ratio between men and women. There is a ratio that exists. And so when you think about that, yeah, if there's, 30 women to every one man, there's some privilege and advantage. There's an advantage there. But I know we're going to talk about that in our
Yeah.
Women Need to Know episode. Y'all look forward to that. That's going to be a great conversation.
That's going to be a good one.
Yep. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move on because we're running out of time. But if you're watching us on YouTube, you tell us in the comments what you think that we need to let go before we get too deep into 2025. All right, Lisa, let's hear your piece.
So this one is called Common Sense. Oh, 2024. Let's not bring that nonsense mess over here. We have every opportunity to make common sense great again. Make civil rights stand on business where mind-playing toxic shit is our entertainment. If they really band together to bring TikTok back quickly, then why is it taking so long to address the learning of gunplay in third period and so-called inebriated teenagers shot close range? Hands up, don't shoot. I'm not allowed to capture this on social media, so let me chill. It's a cold, cold world. So cold, all Black women suffer from anemia. Other rights put first, and we're still titled as angry with our skin shiny in a picture listed up under comedic in the encyclopedia. All we ask is just to make common sense great again, because all money ain't good. Just ask Snoop. The end. I enjoyed y'all today. I just have to just put out there, I really enjoyed y'all today. As always, I enjoy our conversations. I just think it's just amazing. You guys are amazing. Very, very. It is a privilege, and I want to say this in front of people, to be able to sit and communicate with such intelligent women, that contribute so much to this world. So I appreciate you guys for including me in on this.
Thank you. We appreciate you too, Lisa.
We love you, girl, with your know-it-all poet self.
Basically, this whole episode was a call to the culture, but maybe reiterate just one main point. What is your call to action for the culture?
My call to action for the culture, or to the culture, is, yes, we're addressing for 2024 what we're going to leave behind. We make resolutions, but we really, really need to focus on those resolutions. And then also focus on what problems are really out there and not be hypocritical to addressing them. So that's my call to culture. Pay attention. If you're going to be woke, actually be woke.
So my call to the culture is actually to get an understanding of what the word Sankofa means and to go back. Sankofa means to go back. And so let's go back to loving each other in 2025 and forward. Black men and Black women, let's go back to raising our kids in a way that was more familial and that was more spiritual and that embraced who we are and include our elders. So go back. They can take us back. So let's all go back to love and understanding and a spiritual basis, whatever suits you. But let's go back to what made us great and what got us over.
Yeah, I like that. I know I talked about a lot of unserious stuff, but I'm calling the culture to get serious about us, kind of like KK. Like, I know that, we can be very unserious sometimes as a people. We got to joke about everything. And I feel like that's kind of a trauma response.
That's the way we heal.
Yeah, there's some strange things that are happening in this country. I just feel it in the air. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. we got to start coming together and doing what we need to do for us, because some of those supports that we got in the past might not be there anymore in the near future. Like affirmative action is gone. DEI initiatives are quietly going away. We're going to have to do for ourselves, like come hell or high water. And I think that our focus in 2024, maybe in the past, but definitely in 2024, I feel like has been on things that don't really matter and on fighting each other. So that's my call to action. But look, if you enjoyed this episode, click that plus in Apple Podcast or that subscribe button in YouTube to make sure that you keep getting these episodes. We also love to hear what you love about the show in your comments and in your reviews. Thank you to our sponsor, Hope Inc. This organization is amazing, like we were talking about earlier. I personally give to them every month because I think it's a great cause. And if you can, help out those single parents. If you're a single parent yourself, or you know somebody who's a single parent and needs a little help with their glow up, then check out the application on their website. It's hopbe.org. Until we meet again.
King and queens, keep doing big things. Let's go.